Listener warning. Everything about this podcast is offensive and often stupid.
From Racine, Wisconsin. It's a podcast that tries to rob banks while we're wearing our ankle bracelets. Guys, Gates and Beer!
I appreciate that hyperlocal.
That was a hyperlocal one, but a very good one.
Unbelievable.
We got like they'll be here any minute. Pick us up.
Or what?
Yeah. Oh, just terrifying.
Okay. So we have a beer for beer court tonight. Let's start beer court.
Let me get the beer court logo up.
Oh,
we have a logo now.
Logo.
Yeah, way to rush it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Woo! Beer court. All right.
Today's beer has been brought in front of us and by the power vested in me by the state of Wisconsin, I now declare this beer court to order.
So the reason I picked this one tonight, it's our buddies from Lakefront, and we always like Lakefront brews. One we haven't tried from them, it's called Warmfront. Now here's my thing though. This is they call this a winter seasonal, but it's an extra pale ale. Now normally I would not associate an extra pale ale as a winter seasonal.
Can we acknowledge the name of the beer though?
But no, I think, but from a Warmfront standpoint, the reason I say Warmfront, because we have a Warmfront blowing through right now, and the wind is like killing outside.
Yeah, the branding on this is pretty weird. The fact that they on the box they say it's a winter seasonal, and it's a vacation from the ordinary weather ale with a bit of citrus and tropical flavor.
Okay, so again, to me that does not make a winter beer. Maybe they're
Yeah, I want a nice coffee stout. I
like my coffee stout.
They pushed Oktoberfest in like June, so.
No, honestly, not. They did.
They're like trying to pretend like I swear it's gonna get warm here sometime, guys. It's only Wisconsin. It's been a pretty good season.
It's actually been a pretty mild.
But
winter.
We can pretend it's warmer, so we're gonna do so.
So we're gonna have some.
Okay, so imagine the heat wave rolling through.
Yeah. Well, I'm good with that. Suck the boat. Yeah, wait a minute. How did you do that?
I'm sorry. I swear this
You
never
only want to
happened.
taste some grapefruit in here?
You take.
I
think I taste the grapefruity.
I don't like pale ales. I'm okay with this beer.
Oh, he gave that
Well,
one.
Oh no, I'll take that.
No, I like Travis more than I like you.
That was just me.
That was just me.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
You know what?
like,
Totally I'm.
if you're not at all like if you hate hops, then yeah, stay away from this beer. But
Reminds me a lot of
I
Fantasy
abstained from this
Factory.
beer court.
What's that?
Fantasy Factory reminds me a lot of Fantasy Factory.
It has a little bit
I don't think so. I think my difference with this is I taste almost grapefruit hints.
Oh yeah, sure. You can.
Citrus hints
Well,
in
it does have
Where-
citrus.
That's what it says
Right,
on the bottle.
it's a citrus hop. Well, it's not
Yeah, but
really
it's not
grapefruit
like they
in it.
infuse stuff like this shandy or
No. I think that's just from the hops they use. I think the citrusy taste you're getting is from the hops, not from
balances it
that.
out.
I'm okay with that.
I wouldn't.
The thing about Fantasy Factory with theirs, or Fantasy Factory by Carbon 4, is that they don't. I think this is hoppy. I don't taste the citrusy notes.
Yeah, that hits you in the face.
What about the tropical flavors?
Well, that'd be the citrus.
Yeah.
Volume.
That might be me. I'm sorry.
One more and you get
I
a
may have
penalty
forgotten to mute my
Yay,
phone.
penalty shots!
Guys, like somebody's riding a tiny bicycle in here.
I may have forgotten to mute my phone.
I mean, okay, so this is again like there's so many like niche beers out there, but this is one of the better ones. I would have to say. Like if you're into like even like a mildly hoppy beer, or again it's interesting. It's definitely not.
it's not overly hoppy.
It's not overly hoppy. It's not overly citrusy. They play well with each other. Like again, I wouldn't say this is a winter beer in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's not.
I would like to drink this on like a late spring, early summer day.
I would say this is a summer brew. I would drink this all day long in the summer.
On this.
I mean, you can drink beer whenever the hell you want. I mean, it doesn't really
Right,
matter,
but with that citrusy taste, with the again, not an overly hoppy flavor. It's a light beer.
It's unique and it's well done.
I bet it's only in the 4s or 5s on the IPU on the not on the IPU on the
5.7.
5.7. Okay.
5.7, so it's a little more alcohol. But I was thinking The
hop scale. I know
yeah.
it's not going to be that high. It's not
I think
that
it's
high.
higher. I think
Really?
it's probably in the 35.
I bet you. I know how they created this beer. They were like, "Oh shit, we got all these leftover like citrus hops. What are we gonna do with it? It's the middle of fucking winter. We're not gonna be. They're gonna go bad. by
Yeah,
summer."
exactly.
Like, oh shit, we're gonna call it warm front and brew it in the middle of the winter. It'll be crazy.
We'll just
mad.
have to tour and ask.
And they
right?
apparently only expect
Power
you to buy like a 6-pack occasionally because that's how much.
I would never go out of my way to
through
buy
it.
this beer.
And again, if it was summertime, yes, I would actually. In the summer, I would look for this beer. In the winter, no, not so much.
You know what? You can buy it in the summer, but they're just going to knock off the winter.
Yeah, they'll
It's
take off the winter
seasonal.
seasonal. It'll just be called Warm Front, and they'll make it a summer beer.
It's
Heat streak.
I don't know.
No, it's a
Ball
good.
sweat.
It's a
Ball
good.
sweat.
It's a
beer.
well done beer.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sure, yeah.
From a craft standpoint, I just don't think it's a winter seasonal by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh,
Don't let it hurt it.
No,
though.
I like
The
the
marketing
beer.
of the
I
beer.
like the beer. I think the marketing is wrong. I like the beer.
It's wrong to you, but that's just perception of that.
It's exactly. It's a fine beer. All right.
For sure.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm not a heavy up, but I mean it's a good beer. I
give it a thumbs up.
give it a
I'm
thumbs up.
abstaining because I don't like the flavor of it. I just don't
Really?
think it's style of beer.
I would say
all
I
right.
like it.
So you
No,
don't
then
think
go thumbs down.
You don't think it was good execution?
Really?
I just don't like
Oh.
that style of beer.
You don't like-
Any
you don't
beer
like
that's
that
like
citrusy
that,
beer.
I don't like it.
Well, you
So-
gotta then thumbs
So you
down
wouldn't know
on
a good version of
You
that
can't
kind.
just
give them another
stay
game.
So
in
that's
there.
why I abstain.
Okay.
It's a hung jury. Deal with it. I just said you guys all have
It's
big
a
wieners.
really hung jury.
Yeah, well, that's a
There you
new one
go.
for the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
On charge
82
one.
beers.
Yeah, holy
Coffee
crap.
order in the
I'm
cart.
amazed. We found 82 unique beers. All right. Order the cart.
Only 3
On charge one. Oops. Of tasting like ball sweat, I find you guilty. On charge 2 of being tasty ball sweat, I find you guilty.
Nice.
You shall be drank or drunk or whatever. I shall be
I
drunk.
shall be
Oh,
drunk.
yeah,
Trash
that's
gonna get
right.
Shall be drunk.
It's a transference power.
That's right.
All right, for those of you on YouTube and on the regular podcast, you're just joining us because I hit the record button a little bit late. So welcome to Guys, Games, and Beer. No worries.
Beer court's over.
Just in case I can't download the backup off
It
of
was good.
Facebook.
Oh, let's back up.
They might not have that feature. I like the golf clap, though. But that's all right, because
All right.
you can just go right into the gaming portion of the show.
So what is the real topic tonight, Rob?
Well, tonight we're going to be talking about not your parents' basement.
Hi,
I mean,
special
this-
guest.
So we're here with
guest.
we have a special guest tonight, and our special guest is
The owner of Not Your Parents' Basement,
your name is
Ian Valentine.
all right. And what is Not Your Parents' Basement?
Well, it's something that we found Racine needs, hasn't had for a while, or has had attempts, but they haven't been able to get off the ground very well. We're a competitive and casual gaming lounge, and it's not just one category. It's not just PCs. It's not Xboxes. It's everything, ranging from retro consoles to the high-end PCs to tabletop board games. If you have a D&D group that's tired of playing in your parents' basement, come down to our place. We've got a space for you.
Okay, so hyperlocal reference. This is opening up in our hometown, very close to the G2B Towers, actually.
Yep.
Just down the block from where the G2B Towers
You can
are.
see the G2B towers.
From Not Your Parents.
Yeah, but not from our studio because we live in the
Because we're also in the basement. But
Can we
even
dig
though-
a tunnel?
I think we could.
I think we could. I think we could.
We'll start from our end, you
We're
start
going to
from
be
your
a little hyper local here, and we're going to talk about this place. But we also are going to talk about gaming lounges in general, and we want to talk a little bit about what it takes to get a gaming lounge going, what it takes to make a successful gaming lounge, because Racine's had a few before yours,
Yep, they
and
tried.
exactly.
That's why we need the input from you guys.
Exactly. And so feel free to give us feedback as we're doing the show here on what people want to see in a really good gaming lounge. So, that being said, let's talk a little bit more about, so you've gone over what you're talking about. You want to have everything from retro gaming,
Yep.
so to modern console gaming, to modern PC gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about, how much space are you starting out with?
Well, the whole floor space is about 4,000 square feet, with all the build out and everything, like the central office, the bathrooms. We're looking at about having 3,000 square feet of usable space. So that's typically double of what the previous attempts have had. One of the
That's a
previous
lot-
attempts
that's a
was
lot
right
of-
down the road from
Yeah,
us.
that's a lot of space, actually.
Yeah, it's really useful. It's in the basement of our building. We own the whole building, so we're not paying crazy amounts in rent every month, which is a key factor we found with speaking with some of the other gaming lounge owners that we've met with in Facebook groups, is that the main killer is the rent. People pay $3,000, $4,000 for half the space we have. Now, my family is in the real estate business, so we buy buildings, distress buildings, fix them up. So we know the real estate business, and we were able to get this building at a great price. I'm not going to release it, but we're paying $1,000 a month in rent for that space.
For 4,000 square feet?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Holy fuck!
Damn! Just to kind of put it in perspective, I asked, we've had a Blockbuster that went out of business on Douglas.
Yep.
So
You know,
Larry
all over the world.
Larry had this idea.
I wanted to create a gaming lounge, a gaming store.
I had the same idea.
For that
And
building?
in that building's been sitting empty
Yeah, for that
forever.
same building.
Okay,
And I
here's
called,
what you
and
gotta
That's
do.
an expansion possibility.
I wanted to know if it was a typo because I said, well, what's the rent? He told me $12,000 a month
Yeah.
What?
for that
It's
space.
because
Yeah, I
it
wonder why
used
it's
to be a
empty.
Blockbuster. That's
No wonder
and
why they
they're
all
never
went
gonna
out of
sell it.
business.
$12,000 a month. It's like,
Yeah.
They're looking for that next Blockbuster, that O'Reilly Motors that's going to pay to take over every single Blockbuster space. We were looking at that, where if we go to the former Blockbuster owners and say, we want every location your Blockbuster was in, we're going to put this store in there. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, but 12,000 a month. Okay, so again,
We're not that big of a town yet.
I thought like 80,000.
No, I thought,
you're paying
1,600
$1,000
maybe,
for 4,000 square feet.
Yep.
Those buildings were maybe 1,500 square feet, maybe 2,000, and they're talking 12,000 a month.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, your business has got to do a lot of turnover for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
At
yeah,
49 cents a magic card. Oh,
before we get too far into what's here, like, what kind of stemmed all of this on? Like, besides, I mean, finding that building is a great thing, but like, what kind of made you decide, hey, this is what we want to do. This is a good time to do it.
Well, I've always had, ever since high school, I had this dream of opening up a gaming lounge since I was a kid, but it mainly evolved from our real estate stuff. We manage apartments, and when I was 18, I moved out. I started managing one of the apartments that my family has. We found 40, 50-year-olds living in a two-bedroom, don't want to pay rent to an 18-year-old. They just don't like that. So they feel like, okay, this is
Aware
weird.
of it, yeah.
So
My buddy has a trick. You want a big trick?
no big trick. Oh god,
Yeah,
there was a big
20.
trick.
A big trick 20.
We haven't done a big.
No,
big-
we haven't talked about Vic in a while.
Period.
Yeah, for
Not
those of you who don't
not
know.
since audio only.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's audio only.
So, back in the day, Vic was an unstoppable force of nature. Vic was like the wind. He was like a storm front that came in and just...
a warmth.
To everyone
Yeah, a
born
warm front,
after
yes.
1994, wild card bitches. That's
Yes.
that's Vic.
Yeah,
Except-
totally, yeah.
Except
He's a force of nature.
Alpha mentioned an evilness to it.
Yeah, he was... Yes, he's evil, yeah. He does
More
have,
chaotic than evil.
yeah, it's more chaotic, yeah. I mean, it's more Cthulhu
It wasn't necessarily
than-
bad. It's just
Yeah.
bad
chaotic.
things happen.
Right.
So,
Like girls falling off motorcycles. But it's a whole other issue. Continue.
so Vic had this thing that if you want to get an apartment, he'd do this, I swear to God. He would say, act like you're my boyfriend. They always rent to gay people. So, God, he would... So he would make you go with them
So
to rent the apartment, act like you were his boyfriend, so they'd rent to him, because apparently gay people keep decent apartments.
Oh wait a minute.
And none of the gay people that I know even keep a decent
I
apartment.
was just gonna say.
They're horrible.
We know.
Yeah.
Think about it, guys. We all know.
I don't know if that's
It's
true,
like
turns
they're
out-
people.
It turns out they're just people, and it depends on the person.
but he did get his rentals every time. So,
Yeah.
and
Well,
he was horrible.
This was back a few years. All right.
This,
I
this
feel
was
like
the
Vic
80s.
called ahead of time and like
Oh,
confirmed
90s.
that he could rent the apartment, and then he was just trolling you.
He just wanted to touch my
He just
heel
wanted
a
to
little
kiss
bit.
you on the mouth.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm just gonna feel if I'm Rob for a minute.
All right. Well, that could be too.
That's great.
That could be too.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
you know, fair enough.
So getting back down to it, so you're getting a good deal on your space. That's a good place to start. And again, it's something you wanted to do. Now that brings up the point. So, and a lot of cities experience this. Gaming places come and go in cities. we've seen it in Milwaukee. We've seen it in Kenosha,
Or even
Wisconsin.
here in Racine. I mean, there's
And
been a
we've
few.
really seen it here in Racine. So you've seen it too. I mean, you're old enough where you've seen this kind of come and go. We've been,
Access Point, rest in peace. you know.
yeah. I'm ancient, okay, so I have seen all these places come and go. So you've seen that side of it as well. So you still wanted to get into this?
Yeah.
All right, and go ahead. You want?
I'm gonna
you
say,
got something
like,
to say?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like I think there are people who really they do want it. Like
Oh God, yes.
it's really finding your niche. And you gotta really find that.
Here's the
customer
thing:
base.
you remember Access Point. You remember Access Point because it was something you would do.
Yeah, I mean that's what
I remember dropping you off at the mall so you could do that.
Yeah,
And you're
so,
like,
so-
sweet Jesus, I got a Friday Night
It's-
Rumba Kids.
So, backing up just a little bit, what's the structure of your gaming style? So a lot of places have, like, a lot of these gaming spaces are attached to a gaming store, or they're, maybe they're part of a bar or something like that. So
or
what
you
is
go
your
in and you
space?
rent a PC for
Right.
X amount of hours.
Right. So, like,
or-
yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin has a lot of really good gaming spaces, but they generally tend to be attached to bars. We've got Binary, we've got 42 Lounge, we've got
You've got
42
also dedicated
Ale
gaming
House.
centers like Tier 1 and stuff.
You got Tier 1,
Well,
right?
Oh yeah.
Right, and so so what kind of style is
Yeah, what are
your
you
vision?
thinking
Ours
style-wise?
is more along the lines of like Tier 1.
Okay.
But Tier 1 focuses mainly on the console, the computer, and a little bit of food. But they don't have any like card gaming, tabletop board gaming. We have enough space we can have the PCs, the consoles, and we can also have the D&D, the tabletop, the board gaming nights as well. We aren't going to have in-house food. We'll have a few like little like hot pockets or stuff we can throw in the microwave quick. But we've partnered with Pepe's
Oh,
and
good.
Envy Lounge.
Nice call.
Okay.
And nice call.
Yes, we've partnered with both of them where we'll give some 16-year-old kid free game time to be our food runner for a night. We'll
Wow.
place an order at Pepe's.
Dude!
They'll go pick up the food and bring it back.
Do they really have 360?
Yeah, wait a minute. Do they have 360? Because I know a 29-year-old who would be a food runner all
Don't give
damn
him
night.
the
No.
Give them a free
You're going to
burger.
get half a sandwich when I get back.
Yeah.
So,
We were all teenage
again,
sons,
hyper-local places. We've got a couple of really good places downtown. We have Envy, which is a great club. They've got some really high-end, a little more high-end food, high-end drinks. And we have Pepe's, which is a really good sports bar I think it was some arcadish
They
stuff,
got
too.
good pinball
They got-
machines.
Oh, no, they got great
That's kinda
pinball
why they joined
machines,
us.
okay?
They're secretly,
And their
their
sandwiches.
owner's a gamer.
There's,
yeah.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
he's a serious ass gamer, and their
Yeah, of course,
sandwiches
great
at
guy.
Pepe's, the sandwiches at Pepe's are to die for. So good call on
Yeah,
that
it
one.
was a great connection for us. So.
Well, that's good.
That's genius.
No, see, that's a really good
And
connection.
it saves us. We don't have to build a $40,000 kitchen.
Now, see, that's
And you don't
yeah.
have to do dishes.
Exactly.
Oh, no. See, now that's a good point. So kitchen space. So again, even with
Yep.
4,000 square feet, and again 3,000 after you, like you said, bathrooms and offices and so on and so forth. Kitchen space takes up a lot of space. So
And it costs a fortune to set up.
And
Yeah.
it's, and it's great where it's downtown businesses are collaborating because there is a field in downtown or scene of just like it's a dog eat dog world and nobody wants to share with each other.
Yeah.
there's a lot of that downtown.
Yeah, but it's
But
cool
that's
that you're
typical
doing
for
that.
any
You
business.
know what? I mean, but the fact is, there is already great food downtown. So
Yeah. So now, are you going to expand out from that? I mean, so you've got two good connections right now. Are you thinking of adding more as you go down the line?
I've contacted a few of the other places, but so far they haven't responded to me yet. I'm not sure if they just didn't see the message or if it's. I mean, we all know.
So I mean,
locally
yeah, I
there's
mean,
plenty of food down there.
you're providing the pickup service, so it's just a matter of
Yeah,
Right.
What place is going to turn down?
yeah, you
extra-
show up with
extra
cash, and
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's nice. Again, it's nice to set up partnerships because that gives you something a little more stable. You can have their menus at your place,
Yep.
either posted on the wall or at the individual tables. You really kind of want that something you like. Again, Pepe's, which
So-
has sandwiches,
Yeah.
which is perfect for gaming. Something we can have a little more established. Any to set pricing? Do you got? I'm going to ask.
We
Are
have,
you- are
they
you
gave
gonna-
us a discount.
Good. Are you getting a little cut off the top? I hope.
Yep.
All right. So.
So how long has like the building been in the works?
The building was, back to the history of the building, it was abandoned for about 10 years. It was this big building bought by some lady that didn't even live here. She had it for a couple years, sold it to somewhere else. Another lady who put like $500,000 of infrastructure work in it for like all the electricals, all the wiring, and then ran out of money. So the building sat for 10 years.
Wow.
We got it under a foreclosure for $165,000.
Okay.
The eyes lit up.
Shit, now you...
Yeah, no, I know what downtown property can go for. If
Yeah.
you do a little shopping. I'm in real estate too.
I think there's a Zon building that no one seems to
Hey! Whoa! Don't talk about that building. Don't talk about that building.
Where's the bulldozer?
But no. Actually, they did all the
There is
infrastructure.
maybe a
No, they
curse
did
to
the
that
infrastructure. No, they did the infrastructure on that building
10
already.
years ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They did a bitch.
Those things have not been turned on for...
I know. Still.
15
So
switches are going to snap off.
again, you guys got a great deal. I know which building you have. The thing about again.
That's fantastic.
Getting a gaming lounge going or getting anything like this going, I know the gaming lounge is only a small part of the building, but you have to have that low cost to start.
Yep.
It's always barrier to entry. So the problem with gaming lounges is $12,000 a month.
You're spending money on the rigs. You're spending money
Right.
on the electrical.
Thank you. Yeah, everything else that
So-
goes
love
with
you.
it.
So
Yeah.
so getting back to sort of the structure of the place, is it bring your own gear or is it
Yeah, we're going all over the place here. There's so many
is it-
questions.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I
we-
know we're
it's all right.
We're all drunk.
You should have a beer.
It really helps.
It makes more sense.
It makes, we all make more sense when you've been drinking.
And so I mean, are you gonna have like a checkout like? So many cons we go to, they have gaming libraries that you check games out. And
Right. So, like, Milcog makes their money by going out and doing events.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they have spaces where they go. They go to bars and so on and so forth. But they make their big money by doing events. The D&D lending library, same thing. Yeah, he's got a big library, but he makes his money by going to events. So, are you guys going to have a library on staff? In-house where people can come in and say, hey, I want to play Warhammer 40k, let me borrow the Kodak, this, that, Adeptus Titanicus. I gotta remember the names of these.
You're really going old here.
I
Let's
got
go
weird-
very
I got
niche.
this
And let's go like the very niche tabletop gaming guys.
Eldar Commander miniature and
but
A
that's
Ziploc baggie with
it.
some instructions and some game pieces.
When you talk about, people aren't going to game down their parents' basement. They want to move the D&D game someplace a little bit more where they can have a place where they can go and set up.
Let me finish this question.
Yeah, but I'm just.
You can finish your question. I got my hand up.
He's literally I know because he's Ben's been trying to get in on some of these D&D games.
So many games I've
forever.
been trying to get on.
We found that a lot of people want to play D&D, but they just can't get together with certain people. So
Well, and then
With-
you have to have the space for it too. When you set a game up, you
have
want
a
to leave
sign
that
up
game.
God damn it, I fixed my
we,
ear for a
we
fucking
have an
reason.
in-house DM who is going to run events for us. It's not going to be every day because he works a regular job, but maybe once a week once or twice a week he's in charge of my entire D&D
Like having a house DJ.
Pathfinder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
D&D
it is.
DJ.
That's exactly what it is.
He's going to help set up events for people. Like if they want to get their own DM to come into the space, he's in charge of that. He'll fill everything out and get them set up. We'll have stuff that people can use, like in-house minis, dice, stuff like that, a map.
So you'll have the basics.
Yeah, we'll have the basics, and then maybe a few other things, like as we see people, maybe they want to play Warhammer. Maybe they want to play Pathfinder. We got to find the demand first, and then we'll go from there.
But you are thinking maybe you'll build a library of it.
Yeah.
Over time.
Oh,
Okay.
slowly over time we will.
With the D&D, are you... Because you can have it where if you have too many games running, there's just too much
Yep.
nerd noise. Or are you going to have it where it's like, okay, this is Group A, you guys are going to have from this time to this time. Are you going to schedule it out?
It
Try to
would
space
most
it out?
likely be scheduled. The D&D room is a little bit separate from the rest. It's in
Oh,
the
good.
bricked off area. For those who have seen the page, that's the wall we knocked down where the old furnace was.
Yeah, I did.
We ripped that.
Dude, that's
that
a lot of
furnace.
work. Holy crap.
It was.
Holy
The
crap.
man who did that, that guy's like, you can't even touch him now. He's solid as the furnace was.
He didn't take the furnace, he just consumed it.
Yeah, he must have. Dude,
He became Iron Man.
Yeah, you should have seen this. I've been watching the pictures. So, the nice thing about... Okay, so again, also, I normally ask this question later, but I will ask it now. Go ahead and give your Facebook page.
Facebook page, at NYPD Lounge.
Now, the reason I say that is because these guys have got great pictures of all the work they're doing on the building as they're doing it. And if you
It's
want to
very
see,
exciting to
right,
watch.
if you want to see how a gaming lounge goes together for our people who are thinking, maybe I want to do a gaming lounge in the near future, or maybe in my town we could use that. watch what these guys are going through. It's a lot of work. It doesn't just happen overnight. These guys are putting some serious work into the building.
But it's very exciting to watch.
It is great to watch, too, as it comes together. So
That's nice to hear, because sometimes it gets a little boring from our standpoint, because on the day-to-day, it only looks like one step. But then you get people who see it like, oh, that's so crazy. I was here 2 weeks ago. There was nothing. Now, what is this? But
right.
That's where time lapse is. So
a little quick flashback
watch stuff.
Yeah,
Come on.
we've done that. You watched our time lapse.
Yeah,
Come on,
I know,
it's fucking
I know.
awesome. Nothing better than time lapse.
Real quick, give a shout out to Cody and Jonathan who say hi.
Hi, Cody and
Hey,
John.
Cody and John.
Cody is our in-house DM, by the way.
Hey,
Cool.
just talking about him.
He's an organized Pathfinder society.
So, Cody,
nice.
your ears were burning. Okay, now that brings the thing in. So, if you got an in-house GM and DM, are you guys going to be doing any LARPing as well?
We thought about it. I wanted to do maybe like move all the tables around and have a LARP night every once in a while. That could be tough to do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
We've got a giant parking lot behind our building.
Well, see,
Maybe we do it there.
Larpers, go hang out in the parking
no,
lot.
no.
All right, we had a
It's really
LARPing
summer
problem.
thing,
That's all.
you know.
Well, no. Now this
We're
weekend,
okay now.
the convention we're doing this weekend is a LARP.
It's LARP
Yeah,
centric.
and we've had nothing but a good time with those
Oh.
LARPers because they like just
They
show
are
up
the
in the
best.
background beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah. Well, we also.
There are some deadly
Plus, you can
LARPers
pretend
out
to be
there.
in Tron, and
We'll
that's
have
awesome.
cosplay nights for sure.
Oh,
But-
okay. Well, that's
So,
interesting.
Like if we're doing a certain tournament on a certain game, who wants to dress up as a character and help do some crazy stuff for it. So we'll have
Honey
cosplay
Pop?
nights.
Cosplay
Everybody
No!
loves to dress
no,
up.
no,
Might
Honey
end
Pop
up with-
cosplay night.
Pop?
Zombie, might end up with zombie cheerleaders.
So,
Ben is the first one who's banned from. No.
I got 86 and the joint ain't even open yet.
Paying for life.
So,
This is your favorite
again,
Honey Pop character.
You've got the
Okay.
space, and it seems like you've got a pretty good staff behind you. Like, so when you shoot to open this or whatever, like, what do you plan to kind of get the momentum going on reaching out to people and getting them to game there rather than their normal spaces?
Well, one of the things is we're talking to different communities. I've got a couple other podcast groups I talk to. So one group, they're big in the fighting community. They do all like the Street Fighter, the
Yeah.
Smash, stuff like that.
Very tight knit community.
So, and, like, we all know the fighting community, they all follow each other. Wherever Smash is, they go there. So, we're talking to them. We're talking to some FPS guys, some shooters. We want our space to be, like, their home base. So, you're from Racine, you're traveling to Milwaukee, Chicago to these events. Now you have a Racine team that's traveling to these events. You practice at the lounge. You represent your city. That's what we're partnering. Well, not really partnering, but working with Tier 1 to do some Racine versus Milwaukee events. So
Oh, cool.
you're competing
That
at
is
a
cool,
local
yeah.
tournament. You lose, yeah, okay, you didn't win. But now
Right,
you
right.
can support your local town going against Milwaukee.
That's a nice idea. And to partner with a group like Tier 1, that's a good call as well. And like you said, it gives you a little hometown pride. You bring your team up.
Yeah, I think, again, at the end of the day, I mean, there's plenty of places I really enjoyed going to, but it really was that sense of kind of community that brought everybody together. And, like, it's nice to have that open space to go to say, hey, like, you know, I feel like playing something, I don't know what I want to play, but I know people are going to be gaming here. And I think that's really cool. And again, it sounds like you've got the space to host. You know, you can go in and you can say, "Oh, I want to play a board game. Feel like I'm playing a board game. Go there and play a board game." You got computer games. So I think that space is going to be excellent for it. I'm very excited to see
I think
that.
the mix is a
basically
good
it's
idea.
making sort of
Yeah.
an ongoing convention, you know, in space.
Okay,
you know?
I hold myself up in a basement for a week at a time. We do a week long thing called NetFest, which I just recently got done with it.
Just heard about it.
And yeah, no, again, it's something
Now,
that can't be replaced.
I was at
that
Cable
face-to-face
Con, and
interaction.
basically this guy walked up to me. He's like, he had Splendor in his hand, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to play this?" I'm like, because I was just kind of milling about. I'm like, yeah, all right, fine. We grabbed a couple more people, and it turns out it was a really great game, and it was just like
Now, is that the
fun,
kind of environment
you know?
though you're trying to set up, where
Yes,
people
definitely.
can literally just drop in randomly, and somebody may say, "Hey, let's
find a group of people. Yeah.
get some gaming going." All right, now bringing up the point. So we've talked about the fact that Racine's had, and again, most towns have had some kind of a gaming center or something set up. On the more serious end, monetizing. So you've talked about the fact you're getting a good deal on your space, but you still have to make money on it.
Yep.
So you don't have food, you don't have booze. What kind of prices are you looking at charging people?
Well, we're definitely going for an hourly and a day pass. We thought about doing monthly stuff, but we didn't want to get swarmed with like you got 50 guys that all buy a monthly pass, and then they're the only ones that can be there because
They take the space up.
Yeah, so it's going to be hourly and daily. We're still bouncing around the prices based on our costs.
Right.
But we're looking anywhere from $5 to $7 an hour, or 15 to 20 for an all-day pass.
All right.
And we're going to be open from about 4 to 2. 4 p.m. to 2 in the morning.
Okay.
We could extend past 2 in the morning if you got a group of guys that are just hanging out there all night. And we got to make it worthwhile for the employee. If he is going to stay there past 2 a.m., we got to ask the customers maybe a couple more bucks, $2-3 more bucks from each person.
Place to top for that pass.
He's not wrong.
Just saying.
Jim, watch this.
Watch this show. I'm thinking next year's NetFest is going to be held at
Jim,
Paris
watch this show.
They-
Unfortunately,
you know,
but
they
that's
would-
24/7.
But that's 24/7 for a week.
That's okay. We can
We've
make
got the backers.
arrangements.
We
We
can
can
make
make arrangements.
as long as the
If you've got
bathrooms
people
work
to help
for
work
the
it, then
week.
yeah.
Yeah, just
The restrooms work
just
better
promise
than
me the
anywhere else.
restrooms will work for a
The
week.
restrooms will.
Hey, they were pretty
They
decent
were good
this year.
They were good
And
this year.
considering I had to mop up 3 buckets of water that came from the ceiling,
They ain't water.
They water.
I smelled like shit for a day. Mopping. I played
Only a day,
janitor.
Hence the reason we are looking for a new place to hold NetFest.
Okay,
But-
I work with what I've got.
But it was the women's bathroom that was a problem this year.
Yeah,
so,
the men's
hey,
bathroom
whatever, it
smelled
was
like
hot.
flowers.
God, the women's bathroom is stuck in us. Oh, God.
Smells. We got a lot of feedback from the female community. That one of their main concerns is guys smell when they're in a basement. So we addressed that when we got the heating put in. We have a special
Anti-gamer
system.
Anti-gamer
Periodically injects
Hey,
the breeze.
we live in-
on the gamers.
We live in the future. all right?
Derek guessed when the honey pop larp is.
Yes!
It can be
Derek
whatever you
gets
want,
it
baby.
That's great.
What, you're gonna do honey? You're gonna do the honey pop lob for us?
Yes!
Oh, never mind.
Honey pop larp.
all right.
Oh yeah!
So
You have your face on there.
So what's your timetable of kind of like what's coming up? Like, what do you have to get done at the lounge currently to kind of make it
Yeah,
operational?
you're doing some big work there. So
Yeah. Which is another testament to all the real estate guys. We found our niche group of workers that have built the entire building for us. So that's a key thing if you're starting like a new business is knowing the local builders to get you good prices. But we have the fiber optic line still has to be brought in. They brought in the tubing for it, the boxes for it, but they're still going through the big wait time is the paperwork. They have to like get everything cleared by the city and all that. But once that's in, it'll take a day.
who's bringing your fiber out? TDS or Ameritech?
Neither. I'm not sure. It's whatever one is used at the Johnson building.
I don't know who's using it.
That's
Who's
Root
Johnson's
Communications.
using it. Is it Root?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say I don't remember that one.
They
No,
don't
I don't know all the names.
Okay, all right.
So
but-
once
So you're
in,
so you're
once
putting a full
in,
fiber optic line in.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
and then
Okay.
and then so once in, I mean, so do you have a target launch date?
We hope to be after we finish building out like the bathrooms, the mechanicals, all that. I want to start hosting like pre-launch events for some private groups to maybe get some testing in. But then
Soft opening.
yes, soft.
Disney does
Yeah.
that.
We're gonna have a couple events like that will be on special access basis, but we're looking for late February, early March for a supreme goal, but then maybe March, April for a more realistic goal.
All right. So looking at the build-out pictures, so you are in a basement. I mean, it's
it's a
an
basement.
old school building basement. So are you gonna go ahead and just cover all the existing walls and build new space in
Nope,
there?
we're leaving the brick walls, we're leaving the open ceiling.
All right, good. No, that's good. It's gonna be a basement.
Maybe with a coat of paint.
No, it looks good.
No. Do not paint the brick.
A coat of lacquer
paint
so it
brick.
doesn't chip
No.
You can look like this.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is a parent's basement right here. I'm sorry, Rob.
Handling everything.
Well, I am a parent.
You are a parent, Rob. Yeah.
There's only one room. I don't see wood
Yes.
paneling in.
Going back to your passes, what do you get for that pass? The
For the-
either
like
the
the day
hour or
pass?
the evening.
The day pass would allow you to do anything in the lounge you want.
Yeah.
So you could play on a computer for 4 hours and then go jump into a tabletop game or start a D&D session. Most of the stuff is going to be, the hourly is mainly for like the computer gamers or like the guys who just want to come in and play a quick match or something, like League of Legends, those type of gamers. They're going to get like 1-2 hours and then leave. Like the D&D session guys, we all know those can go 8 hours at a time sometimes.
Yeah, so they're going to want the day pass.
Yeah.
They're going to
Hold
be
on a
asking
second.
for
I
the
gotta do-
Pebby's run.
You gotta do another yell out. Sorry.
All right, shout out.
The joint,
Did
doing
you-
live. You gotta
did
do
you-
shout. No, one yell out to Arby's.
Arby's?
Arby's says
What are
hello.
we yelling out to Arby's for?
That's my
Look,
friend Sam. He works
unless
at
unless
Arby's.
you are bringing me
Nice.
an Arby's roast
see your
beef
meat
with
curtains.
horsey sauce. Gotta be with horsey sauce.
We got another John too.
Hi, John.
If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry.
All right.
Mel's out there too, so big hello.
Hello.
Next weekend.
Mel.
This
Now we'll
weekend.
see you this weekend.
Hey, Franz. I like your lederhosen.
Oh, yeah.
So again, getting this all together, I mean, seems like you have a really good handle on how it's coming together. But what are some of like the biggest challenges you have coming up, opening this and kind of making it a regular thing for people?
One of the biggest challenges is definitely finding out what people want. So not everybody's vocal about what they want. So that's why we're talking with all these groups. We want your input. It's your lounge. We just provide it, but it's your space. What do you want out of it?
I think I'd probably like to tag that just a little for what they want and what they're willing to pay for.
That's
That's
a problem. No, see, that's a better point.
I want chicken tenders.
You know, so all right. So now, but now you said what you're getting for your money is you're getting time on the PC. So you're going to put in full rigs, correct?
Yeah, full rigs.
So they when they rent that hour or day, they get that access to that rig. How many rigs are you thinking?
28. We have enough space.
Damn.
For 28 rigs.
Okay,
That's
that's a lot
pretty
of
good.
that's.
Yeah,
Well, no,
that's
that's
not
not a lot of
fucking
space.
around.
That's not fucking around. That's a lot of rigs. Yeah. All right.
What if-
you also talked about retro gaming systems?
Yep.
So
Our retro nights are going to be more. They're not going to be there all the time.
okay, so you're not going to have that gear set up. all
You
the
should
time.
make them
It's
a
earlier
lot.
too, because like the retro gamers.
No, no.
Tend to fall asleep.
Somebody needs a beat down.
Speaking of that, I did that.
Throw that.
I mean, they don't take up a lot of space.
They don't. But
So you set up a little lounge area with some couches. Some
Hey, stop trying to pitch
we
here.
were
I'm
first-
pitching. Okay, wait now.
What we kind of planned for the retro nights is maybe once or twice a month we set up a day where it's retro night. We make it 21 plus. We provide beer for those guys. So because
Now
See,
now we're all there.
you'll still have to pay a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
For
Oh
it.
yeah, we're good with that. Yeah, we're good with it. It's
But
beer.
it'll be a 21 plus session, and come in. And we'll have all the retro consoles brought in from one of our groups
Fat
that we know.
Treks night.
Oh yeah, you want a back check tonight? We got this covered.
Yeah, we have
Yeah, let's just go for
everywhere.
obscure
Vectron,
console
sorry.
that only us care about.
Dude, excuse me. Our Vectrex episodes are some
You know
of our
what?
best episodes.
So
Yeah, because there's only 300 of you to watch them, and
No,
they're
but-
not
but
watching
you know what?
every episode.
you know what? It's about introduction.
I love you
So-
guys, and the Vectrex is very cool,
I,
but
but
let's
So
be
sorry
real
to
here.
Sweden
I have
about
people
that.
come over.
One in
I have
every
people-
country. No.
I have
Talk to
people that come
Vectrex
over.
Rolly, okay?
I have people that come over with their kids and stuff like that, and I get the Vectrex all fired up and stuff, and those kids gravitate to it, man. They're playing it. I got them playing for hours. 8-year-olds,
Let's
9-year-olds.
be right there.
Let's be real here.
So
We're the
look,
only people in Racine that care about
Alone.
Vectrex.
We
Okay?
own like 8 Vectrexes.
In the back room.
Well, then you might be the guys I go to.
For Vectrex night, yes.
in the back room.
No,
I
it's not gonna be
actually have,
Vectrex night. It'll
like
be
three of these.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're just
a simulated into
Yeah.
retro.
And let's talk about light game night. Light game Sunday.
Let's go as niche as possible. Let's
So have you heard
I
of
thought we already went there
Marshall?
with night.
Yeah, Honey Pop LARP night was it? Yeah.
No, Marshall.
I believe
adult
that Honey
martial
Pop
nights.
LARP night is a hit. Good idea.
Minesweeper all day.
Yes, there you go. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, but so the basically you have the 28 rigs, you have the gaming area, on a regular basis, and then you're going to look for a special event type nights where you'll do that kind of thing.
And on top of that, again, you're looking for people's input. If people are interested about checking this out, like, how do you recommend? Do they post on your Facebook? Do they get in contact with you, sending a message, or like, how do you want people to kind of reach out if they're kind of like interested in maybe doing certain events there?
For event-wise, definitely contact us on Facebook. If you're just looking for input, on our website we have a little poll where you can answer a couple questions for like favorite food, favorite things, what should we add to the lounge. That's at notyourparentsbasementgaming.com. But for event coordinators, guys who like to host events and they do it in their spare time, definitely through Facebook, direct message. We try and reply as fast as we can. We got a couple of guys that'll look at the messages every now and then.
So I know you said you didn't want to put in kitchen gear. Snacks. You said
we'll have a vending machine.
Thinking about the vending
machines,
so,
drink machines, stuff
all right,
like
so
that.
you will have a vending and drink machine. All right. So, and again, taking a cut off the top of that, I assume.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're gonna give it. No,
No, actually, take a
no,
loss on it.
The cut.
We're gonna pay for the food.
The
more than what we sell.
cut on that can be
Well,
dicey.
and well, because you're
So-
not.
Wait, no. Wait, no. The difference between having a vending soda machine, you don't get much on a vending soda machine. They basically give you the cost that it costs you electricity to run that machine.
Unless you buy your own.
For sure.
Yeah, unless you buy your own, which is a way to get around that. So you can own your vending machine.
One of the great things we have is there's a local retailer who he goes in when a big business goes out of business or they sell their company and they want to get rid of the building.
Right.
There's all this stuff in it.
Always.
Nobody wants to go in there and haul all that out. So they pay this guy. He goes in there. He takes his team. They take everything out. They pay him to take it all out, and he gets to keep the stuff.
So you're thinking of having your own vending machine.
Which, by the way, I think
That's
that's
a
the
better way
newest
to go.
reality show on. Oh.
Yeah. No. Here's the problem. Again,
To pet a
you know,
meditator.
if you have somebody put vending machines in,
They'll give you the vending machine for free.
correct.
But
But they're taking almost
let's get
everything
back to the
out.
games, the
You're,
important stuff.
no. This is these are for other people who are interested in doing this kind of stuff. It's really not easy to opening up
I know,
a
there's
gaming
a lot of things
space.
you have to think about. but-
There is, and people don't think about it. They think, "Oh, I'll just open a gaming space." No, you won't. You just won't open a gaming
What about
space.
so you know, I you have snacks and stuff like that. What about people bringing their own beer in?
That would have to be on their 21 plus nights. That could be a possibility. We are going to have an ID scanner, so we're going to check.
Oh, so
everyone.
you do actually? Okay.
Yeah, so
all right.
we are planning for it. But it could be like bring your own stuff nights, but it is a risky thing.
And that goes back to even like their own food and drink. Are you going to discourage that or say no, you can't? I mean,
Probably.
I would go with no, you can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
we were going to go no, you can't. Because
that's a good policy. You've got to monetize this, and if you don't,
Yeah, otherwise it don't exist.
thank you exactly.
Yeah.
People don't realize.
Tom
thi-
turned into Scrooge.
no, this shit doesn't.
Well,
that's
this
fair.
shit
I mean,
doesn't
there's-
he's not wrong.
There's
He's not wrong.
There's an
but-
ebb and a flow to it. I mean, there's a level
People think, oh, I'll just bring my own bag or whatever into this gaming lounge and start drinking it, and thank you, and they are the problem. This is why gaming lounges don't
but it's
succeed.
not like, I mean, granted, you can send out, as we learned earlier, to
which they've
places to
already
get a
set up
sandwich.
deals with.
But that place can't send out booze.
yeah, well,
There are
we
rules on that.
We have a couple of deals with them where if they take a card from our lounge, go to that place, they get a discount on some drinks. And same
Okay.
with them, they take a guy
So they
from
can
there
bring
and send it to
back
us.
drinks.
No,
They can't.
you
bring
can't
back-
open just.
You
You
can
can't
go
walk
there
around
and
with
beer.
beers. Excuse me,
There's
wait a minute.
local laws,
No.
gentlemen. Excuse me, bars.
So,
Grab a
this
sip
is
of
those
receipt.
local
tea.
laws are
This is
suspended
This is
on
receipt.
First Fridays.
No, it's receipt.
Walk around. Anything you want on
This
Friday.
is receipt. It's the only
You
place
can do
where you
anything
go.
you want on
Look, I'm
First
in the bar
Fridays.
down the street. Give me the to-go cup.
It's
And they'll give
virtually-
you a to-go cup.
It's virtually Purge Day on
This is
First
a bounty out
Fridays.
of order.
Yeah. Where the fuck is that horse mask so we can beat that dead horse to death?
No, I
Give my
just,
kid's
I just
car.
want to find out if
Well, I won't even ask.
I don't even want to
if
know.
I could show up and sit back with a few drinks and lose at games.
But again, this goes back down to what they're offering versus, and this is for gaming lounges in general. Again, yes, we're talking hyperlocal tonight. We are talking to these guys who are starting one in Racine, Wisconsin. Again, it's not your parents' basement. It's again, we're looking forward to having a new gaming lounge in town. We are all geeks about this stuff. But the thing is that these things come and go all the time. And the problem being is they come and go for this reason, is that people don't realize what it takes to run a business.
Well,
like
and they
that.
sounds like
Again,
they explored
you've
some of
got
that. Whether or
which
not
is
you
great.
could
You
bring
have
in,
explored.
whether or not people could just bring in alcohol. What would that mean if people just bring in alcohol? Well, we got a card, you know.
Right,
That's-
he's got to scan it, so
Yeah,
he
'cause you're
he
responsible.
can confirm.
Right.
Correct. When you're on their premises, you become responsible. So if they can't make sure that you're 21, the last thing you need is
Now
anybody
you can't do it.
underage drinking on your property, because whether they did it without you knowing about it or not, you're still responsible. So these are all things that a business owner has to consider.
So once this is all open and going, like, what are you looking forward most to about the lounge itself?
Yeah, now they've gone through all the technical.
Yeah, now that you've gotten bored me to death.
I'm sorry, I've downed everybody who wants
I want to
lounge.
be like, I'm excited, happy, and like,
Oh, I'm thrilled
can't
to
wait.
freaking death, dude.
Yeah, you're boring me with details.
So look. Now wait a minute. Besides details, we're already talking about having NetFest there.
What is this
And
skywriting?
I do
Okay,
want to talk to him about maybe a full battle mech.
Okay, we can
Skip
get
a
to
time
that
night?
after the show when
no,
it
we're
doesn't
talking
apply
about the show.
to all of our
One
listeners.
specific night.
So, what are you looking forward to about the site?
Probably just bringing a lot of the communities together, because I've met with a lot of people through real estate, being an apartment owner. You meet these people that everyone's got their group, but not everyone knows there's that exact same group down the block that loves the exact same stuff you do. And some people they go home, they play their games, but they're too shy to go and actually talk to people and find more people they want to do it with.
Yeah, it's really
This will bring a place for them to meet up together.
Yeah, it's really nice to have that hub. Again, at the end of the day, it's like I'm a member of so many different Facebook groups when it comes to like, okay, one for retro gaming, or this like Racine Garage Sale, and like people who are interested in like different things. But again, there's so much overlap, and they don't even know that each other exists. And then again, like I'm at Apple playing DBZ, and again, he came to NetFest a couple weeks ago, gamed with us all week, and we met a bunch of new people. It was great, and it's going to be really nice, I think, to have that hub where people can meet up and just say, "Hey, oh my God, I'm interested in playing some Pathfinder," and you're going to meet some great people. I think it's going to be very exciting.
And you know something, having an in-house DM, again, half the problem with getting a good game going is finding a good GM or DM to run the game. You can have a group of guys who want to play whatever. Without a good GM or DM, you're screwed.
Yeah.
We're lucky. We live in a community where we know some amazing DM and GM. But even then, their games get full.
Yeah.
Because they
They're
can
so
only
good.
run one or two games, and they are so good at it that it's like, I'm sorry, dude, my game is full. I cannot take any more players into it. So to have the ability where they can go someplace and say, hey, I'm going to drop in on this game and get a game going, that's
It
freaking
really
awesome.
makes sense that I assume you have there like a board of to like almost like a sign up board
Yeah.
like
Well-
hey I've started this group if anybody's interested and that's kind of on them but you provide the space.
We help organize it for them, but then they
Yeah.
kind of have to take it from there.
Yeah, but if it's out front, you can walk in and go, oh okay, oh wait, I've totally wanted to do Shadowrun again.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to actually do Shadowrun.
Right.
Oh, whoa, excuse you.
Come on, it's.
I'm gonna bust you with my.
I love
microfilament whip.
everybody loves the Shadowrun universe, but nobody loves the Shadowrun rules. Let's get real here.
All right.
I legitimately spent an hour talking with somebody who was interested in our podcast, and he was explaining his love-hate relationship with Shadowrun at Gamehole Con, and I learned that nobody really actually loves to play Shadowrun.
It's kind of like the 5,000 six-sided dice you need for the old Star Wars. That's
All right, so again, if anybody wants to like check out again information about the lounge itself, where can they go online?
Either Facebook at NYPD Lounge or our website, notyourparentsbasementgaming.com.
All right. So, here's the thing. Again, we've been a little hyper-local tonight, but this applies everywhere. Again, we're lucky. We live in an area where gaming is really big. And gaming's gotten bigger everywhere. But we've got a lot of cons in this area. We've got a lot of gaming bars and gaming stations in this area.
It's the home cradle of Dungeons and Dragons.
Thank you, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Gary Con. Just saying.
Part of Chicago now.
Gary? No.
Yeah, they've been a...
not-
Lake Geneva, yeah,
Lake
I know.
Geneva.
Lake Geneva was part of Chicago
right
when
across
we
the
were
street.
kids. That's where all the people from Chicago went to buy fucking vacation
Now
homes.
it's Sister Scene.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Right.
El Capone has a place there.
Yeah, thank
They had a
you.
place
Thank
there,
you.
yeah.
Exactly. All the Chicago people went to Lake Geneva when we were kids.
All right, let's
All
get
right,
more
all right.
hyper-local.
I'm sorry, I got more hyper-local. But the whole thing is when it comes to opening a
We're
game...
part of the tourist.
Oh my God,
We
Larry.
are trying to bring people to the area. They might hear this and they'll be like, "Oh, I want to go there. Racine is."
It is a pretty cool place to
So,
game.
speaking of real cool places to go, what's happening this weekend, guys?
Yeah, we're doing a Midwinter Gaming Convention,
So, something...
super excited about
Which is
that.
where?
which is in Milwaukee at the Hilton downtown.
So this has been
It's super
going on
fun.
for, what, 20 years now?
No, God, no.
No, 15 or 20 years, dude.
I think 15. They
15.
Said
Okay,
20,
but
yeah,
I don't
20.
think they been at that
Yeah,
location for
not
that.
at the
They
Hilton.
said like
though.
3 or 4 years.
at the Hilton. But it's been an ongoing
Yeah, so it's been
convention
a
for that.
growing. It's
Yeah.
been growing.
But long story short, it's LARP and board game centric. It's a lot of fun. The great part about it is even if you're mildly interested in LARPing, there's a place you can join. People are very accepting, and again, I know a lot of things with LARPs. A lot of people that go to a LARP, they're very familiar with it. They've been playing it for years. It's hard to kind of join a game that's been so well established. This is a good place to kind of check out. So if you're interested in joining a Changeling game, like, they're going to have a spot for you. If you're interested in joining some post-apocalyptic wasteland LARP where you can pretend to be you're in Fallout, that's a place for you. If you want to
Steampunk
pretend,
LARP.
if you want to, there's not enough
Steampunk.
spaces, so it's probably sold out already. They have a really, really badass Tron
Oh
LARP
my god.
that is in-house
It's sold out.
made.
It's sold out.
And legitimately, it is a ballroom full of black lights and glow shit.
Shit,
So you
yes.
can take some.
No, but it's sold out. It's
It
sold
is.
out already.
It is the best trip.
Yeah. I've
Great to watch. That again, there's a lot of really, really cool things to check out there. It's a visually
Tabletop gaming. now, too.
I hearkened it a little earlier
All right.
about the zombie cheerleaders, and that's actually the first place I even saw that kind of thing. I'm like, why are there a bunch of football players and cheerleaders like in zombie outfits? You know, that was a LARP there.
No,
A LARP there.
They,
you know,
so it is a little LARP centric,
But it's not jerk LARPers. It's friendly LARPers who want to talk to you about what they're doing, and
Yeah, that's
I
great.
think that's a big difference. They're not.
Yeah.
They are really.
It is
I mean,
very
seriously,
fun to
I just
check
walked.
out.
They didn't know we were with the podcast. They didn't know anything. You just walk up to
The
them. and
first
they'll
year we
talk
did
with
the
you.
show.
Yeah. The first year we did the show, nobody knew we were
I
going
went back
in
and
there.
rewatched it.
And they
Hey,
were
go
so
back
friendly.
and rewatch it. Our first was
Oh my
fucking
God, we
awesome.
did it in the
It's
presence.
so great.
we
snuck in.
into like some president's room. and did our own
President's room.
Yes, we snuck in like the president's
where
room
are
in
they?
Sheridan.
And our interview with the LARPers is just great.
Yeah. By the way, who were also on this year's Game Hole.
Game Hole
Yeah,
Con.
the-
Yeah, they were in the back. We did an interview.
We did an interview with the
Mordocs.
Mordocs. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Sure did.
Who never broke character, and it was
They
hilarious.
were great.
But again, so this weekend, if you're not doing anything, Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Obviously, they
Thursday,
did
Friday,
not eat
Saturday,
meat
Sunday.
We'll be doing our panel Saturday from 1 to, or it's actually 2. We're
About
starting-
1:30 to about 3.
Right, get there early. We are
Super
giving
excited about
away
that.
all sorts of cool prizes at this particular one.
Can I
Big
say
ass
this?
nest
Can I say this?
castle.
Can I say this?
Yep.
Can I say this?
No.
I'm super excited about this.
So my Brian is playing guitar.
I know. Brian from
From?
Lords of the Trident is the guest guitarist, and he's going to join me and Denise.
Right, doing
as
our
the
opening.
band.
Doing
We're
our
going to do our
opening.
opening, and then we're going to do another song later in the show. Super excited about it.
Yeah. So you really, if you're not doing anything this weekend, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Sheridan downtown.
Hilton.
Hilton.
I'm sorry, Hilton downtown.
Hilton,
Thank
Milwaukee.
you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Hilton, thank you, Ryan.
At least
Wrong
two
con.
of us are
Wrong
okay.
con. The
The
Hilton.
cup check of the show.
Yeah, thank you. The Hilton with us. Do the show with us. It's going to be amazing.
All right.
Again, thank you, Ian, so
Do we
much.
have any giveaways or anything for that show?
We just talked about
Which
it,
you
Larry.
just talked over, yes.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
have a free fake Nintendo.
right.
There will be games with it, of course. We will be giving away dice towers. We will be giving
Some
away all
custom
sorts of G2B
stuff.
swag. Yes.
G2B swag.
Ryan's gonna punch somebody in the balls.
I'm not going to be there.
That is not gonna happen.
He's gonna ghost punch
All
somebody
right,
in the
so
balls.
one more time. Ian, you are with,
Not your parents' basement.
and Not Your Parents' Basement is located in,
Racine, Wisconsin.
and you are? What
Ian.
is Not Your
A
Parents'
Sagittarius?
A casual and competitive gaming lounge.
All right, so if you're interested in opening a gaming lounge, listen to what he had to say because he brought up some good points about what it takes. This is something, again, I think more cities could have if people would think ahead. You just don't do this magically.
It takes a lot of planning, but
Magically.
the payoff, I think, is going to be very worth it. I'm very excited.
Oh, we're all excited
Yeah,
because
rep your
we
city.
got somebody who's
Rep
actually
the cities.
thinking about doing this.
Yes, yeah, we don't think.
Yeah, we don't.
Obviously,
This
have
guy-
you seen us?
This guy, on the other hand,
you
has
drink.
actually thought about what he's doing, and we're looking forward to this.
Now, how many empty beer cans are around?
A lot.
And then there's one small coffee.
Yeah.
Somebody's thinking, a lot of them are drinking.
All right, Rob, take us out.
All right, and also because we're doing Facebook this week, and chances are you are probably local because they tend to go local. Of course, visit,
Definitely visit.
not your parents' basement gaming lounge, which there will be a link on this video. Also, there will be a link, of course, on YouTube, Facebook.
And
I just said Facebook, Twitter, and
our
everything
Guys
else,
Games
and
and
iTunes, and all the other.
Yeah, all of our media,
We'll send out some
all our
smoke
And that
signals,
place in
messenger
Mexico that for
pigeons.
some reason places on the radio
I'm
station.
good with that.
I don't get that.
I'm good with
But
that.
Maybe
anyway,
we'll cover the opening live.
so come
I hope
on
so,
up
that'd
from
be cool.
Mexico,
Will.
And come to his place.
right? In
guys
Brazil
will be.
or wherever else in South America you are that can hear that radio station.
I don't understand that. We're still searching out. But yeah,
I love it though.
Thanks,
guys.
That one guy.
Yeah, that one
Some
guy
guy
in
with a pirate
Mexico
radio
looks for it
station.
and actually read it, who could actually understand English. But
All Spanish except for us, and they like it because they don't speak English.
thank God. All right, so
All right, so thank you for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. Don't forget you can check us out at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Of course, if you are on the YouTubes, it's www.youtube.com/guysgamesandbeer. There is also iTunes, Guys, Games, and Beer. But don't forget, we are on Twitter at Guys,
you
Games,
forgot we're on Twitter
Beer.
already.
No and, folks. No and.
Yeah, Guys, Games, Beer.
They don't like and, they don't like ampersands.
They don't like anything like that.
They don't
so,
like
but again, this weekend,
You want to pay the
come
coin for
and
that.
join us at the Midwinter Gaming Convention. It's
Holy
really,
shit, he did it right!
it's really a good convention.